Hello everybody, this is the Goofs and Fox coming at you with a match here in the G-Line Light Armor. And this is going to be a 450 cost basic match here in City Ruins. The G-Line Light Armor is a suit I used to play a lot back in the day, primarily at 400. It used to be my go-to 400 raid before I got a few of the other suits that I have now. Now I think this suit kind of got replaced by the Pale Rider Dullahan as my main for 400, but I did try to get it out a few times to see if it was still a decent suit, and it's been mixed results. The light armor here is, well, as the name suggests, very light, very fragile suit at times, so if I do get caught by an enemy or like a bunch of enemies, I could get melted pretty quickly, which I think might happen a few times this match where I find myself alone, so yeah, not really the best scenario to be in that case, but overall it's been fun to try to get this suit out of bits and see what I can do with it. For your primary weapon, you have a beam rifle, and this is pretty standard for beam rifles back in the day. You have a single shot that you have your uncharged shots, and that pretty much just does damage. No stun of any kind. I think it can accumulate in 3 shots, if I remember correctly. From what I've seen, at least. I think that's what it does. And then you have a charge shot, which does guarantee you an instant stun, unless it's, something against something with maneuver armor. So that's kind of the exception. But against most suits, you can get a stun off on them with the charge shot. You have a beam saber, and yep, that's a pretty standard beam saber. You can do some side swings and down swings, all the good stuff. And being a raid with more melee-centric build, or melee-centric stats, you can do some decent damage, especially to supports, as well most raids tend to do. Type advantage and all that. You have some head Vulcans. These are your pretty standard Vulcans. You can fire while moving, boosting, all of the above, and they do some alright damage. Again, pretty standard for the Vulcans of old. So just kind of there to get some extra damage in and take out pilots, which I'm actually about to do in a second here. Yeah, there's a pilot down there. Gonna take him out with a lucky Vulcan shot. But yeah, aside from that, pretty standard. Don't do too much damage and don't really accumulate much in terms of stun. So yeah, just kind of there as a little extra damage dealer. You have some missiles, which are on your back there, and similar to the Vulcans, you can fire these while moving and boosting, which is very nice. And yeah, these are some pretty nice missiles, do some extra little damage. And yeah, I do really like using them on this suit. I think they are one of the suit's better weapons, or it might be just even best weapons in general. Really fun to use. And then you finally have a shield. And yeah, that's your pretty standard shield. Very good for this suit because, again, you are pretty squishy in this, so having that little extra defense is very helpful. And yeah, that's all I can really say about the G-Line here. So, yeah, very standard kit, especially for a raid of its time, and very squishy though, so something to remember about that. For the rest of our team here, we do have a Mudrock as a number 1. That's going to be our main support. We have a Dommel as our second raid, and for our 2 gens, we have a Gym Dominance and a Morrisai, so overall, all some pretty fine suits on our team here, pretty fine setup overall. And looking at the score right now, we are somewhat behind the enemy team, so hopefully we can make that up a bit. It looks like we're kind of chasing this Dom at the moment, but actually now I don't see him. Now I see a G3 and a Pale Rider VG. Pale Rider VG can and can't be a threat to me at the same time. I feel like the VG is one of those suits. It can be pretty easy to counter, especially just depends on who's playing it, but they are using the Gelgook Jaeger rifle on that suit, and me being a fragile general, I'm kind of afraid to see what that can do to me if they are able to land a couple shots off on me, especially when I'm not paying attention, so I do need to watch out for them there. Now I'm going to try to take some pot shots around the corner here. I do see the enemy's Hyzac cannon, which being, I think, the team's only support is going to be a very good target for me if I can reach him. Did get a stun off there on the legs, and did get a few melee swings off, going for the downswing, and a little over 3,000 damage there. Pretty alright overall. Yeah, pretty low kind of the damage. I think it's enough for what it's doing, but I feel like compared to some of the suits we have today, it's not really as much considering we have a Dommel on our team, which, yeah, that thing is a monster when it comes to melee damage, so they can probably do a bit more than I can, but the G-Line does still have a few more other strengths, that being that its range weapons are also pretty decent overall. As you can see, I'm doing some alright damage to the gens here as well. Missiles are getting 300 to 400. Overall, kind of depends on where I'm hitting, because that is a Dwarf custom, and as most Dom types tend to have, they do have them buffers protecting things such as their legs, so won't do as much damage if I hit their legs, but if I hit anywhere else, I think I should get the full damage, at least as much as I'm able to do. Got finished off by the G3 Gundam there. Yeah, G3's a pretty good suit as well. One of the other old raids of an earlier GBO2, but I think that one kind of holds up a bit better than the G-Line light armor here. Mainly because the G3 kind of has a bit more going for it. You have a beam rifle sub-weapon, and you got the bazookas as well, so you potentially have 2 instant stuns going for that suit. And I think that one's just a bit more better than this one. It's aged a bit more better than this one has. So, I don't know. I don't know if I wouldn't mind seeing a buff for the light armor here at some point. I'm not really sure what they could do for it, though, is the issue, because yeah, obviously I don't think they can really give it more health, because that kind of defeats the purpose of the whole light armor gimmick. I think if there's one thing they might be able to do, maybe give it a bit more melee damage, because again, I feel like melee might be a bit on the lower end compared to some of the other suits, or either that, I just don't have a good melee build on, so it might be something I have to experiment with. Maybe I can try to get this suit to do more melee damage, but something I'll have to look into. Right now, trying to get this G3, which they are low in health right now. Teammate is coming around the corner, although they are also fighting someone else, so I'm gonna try to see if I can assist. Yeah, there's the... Okay, so I was able to finish off the G3 at least, although it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to last too long here, so I'm gonna try to eject from my suit and see if I can leave. I'm not gonna get too far though, because I'm gonna get meleeed by somebody here. Looks like I got meleeed by, okay, Dwarf Custom, and we're nearing the last few seconds of the match here, actually. Yeah, pretty quick match going on here. And last 30 seconds here, we are behind the enemy team here, 3,000 points, so don't know if we're going to be able to make that up, don't think we are. But yeah, we probably have to take down the whole enemy team, and even then our Dommel is about to fall as well, so that's going to be some extra points for the enemy team there. Trying to bait a tackle out from this Hyzak cannon here, and going to get the downswing on both it and the camphor. Not going to be able to finish it off in time though, and nearing the last seconds, and yep, timeout, mission over. Oh, looks like nope, we actually have a few more good works coming around there. Thought I was the only one for a second, but nope. Fortunately, mission failed this match here, but let's see how we did here overall. Did get top individual and top in damage. Mudrock also did pretty well. 4th place overall with 5 kills and 3 loss. And yeah, not too bad there. Again, yeah, G-Line is just the G-Line light armor specifically is just pretty much a raid from an older GBO2, especially since this is at a higher cost. I believe this is the level 2? If not, this might be the level 3. I think it's the level 2, though. I don't think the suit goes down to 350. I don't think any of the G-Lines go down to 350, so I think this might be the level 2 variants of the suit. I could be wrong about that one, but yeah, usually I just know for a fact that the 400 is the one I typically have done pretty decent with, but 450, yeah, I don't think it's going to be my cup of tea. Might try it again at the lower cost and see if it does feel a bit better, but yeah, I think overall it's alright. Yeah, pretty alright raid, but that's going to do it for this match here. Comment down below what you think about the G-Line light armor. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and with that, I will see you all in the next one. Later.